Hey guys, Greg here, and we're back for the Backcountry gear list. We're going to do the cook kit. And one thing I did want to mention that I forgot to show you, I actually forgot to grab it. These are the Viam outdoor game bags. So this actually goes with my kill kit from the last video, and it was included in the pricing. I just didn't grab it when I should have. So this and this is my kill kit. So basically everything's in here, and then this is what I'm putting on my meat in right here. And these are washable, and there's 6 different size bags in here. So quarters, head, backstrap bag, that type of thing. It's all there, and you can pick different choices. This is actually the bone out bag. So these are bags not meant to have bone in. So I can't just quarter them in these bags, but you can pick from the Viam website what size bags you want, and they're all right there. They're a ripstop bag, they're washable. So just wanted to give that one to you. But let's jump into the cook kit. Let me jump over here a minute. So cook kit, I've shown you this 100 times now probably. Viam outdoor gear grab again. This makes packing a backpack so much easier than trying to just shove stuff in there and try to figure out where it went. So my entire cook kit is in here with a little bit of extra. So you saw me talk about my Sawyer squeeze bag. I leave that in my cook kit in case I need it. And the next thing that we're going to go to is the Vargo Outdoors Bot 700. And the reason they call it a bot is because it's a bottle and a pot mixed together. So as you see, it's almost like a drinking mug right here. But I have my lid, which screws on tight. It does have a gasket on the top, so it will keep anything from leaking. So if you want to use this as a drinking cup or mug, you can. But what's really cool is the top of the lid also has an indentation the way it's made, and that becomes a pot lid. So this is my actual cook pot and a bottle if I need it. So I have plenty of ways to have drinkability while I'm in the backcountry, whether it's a Grail, my Wilderness Athletes blender bottle, or my bladder with the Sawyer squeeze on it. So the bot, you're looking at 4.8 ounces. It is titanium. They sell $89.99 on their website. And like I said, I just like it because, one, it's small. I don't have to worry about it getting in the way. It fits in my cook kit bag. And like I said, it is watertight, so makes things a lot easier. In there as well, in that same exact bag, is my Wilderness Athletes blender bottle, and you'll see more on this as we get to the food. I have 2 things here. So this is actually my stove, and everybody's going, "What do you mean it's your stove?" So it's the Vargo Outdoor Titanium Hexagon Wood Stove. And now, everybody's going to go, "Well, not everywhere you can use fire." Correct, I understand that. So in certain places where you can have a fire, this thing is the way to go. Okay, and the reason being is it folds together super small. As you saw, I just pulled it out of that little cover that it was in. Okay, you have, when I opened this, when I was starting to put it together, I wasn't paying attention, didn't make all the connections. So this is your cook stove. And bear with me here, because when I put it together the first time I missed connections, so it didn't line up exactly how it was supposed to. So this is what it looks like. You have a swing door in the front, so you can put your kindling in there and get your fire started, and then you can keep going from there. What's great is my bot fits right on top of it. Okay, this you can also purchase if you didn't want to use wood. Okay, we did a video the other day on the Survive Outdoors Longer fuel. In this, you can actually put into, they make a little carrier that goes in there, and you can put that in there so that the flame height stays correct. So a big thing with this is, one, you can find sticks just about anywhere where you're camping. And if you're in a certain area, so I'm going to show you real quick. So I just took it back apart, and this literally, it's folded down, and now will fit back into that nice little case that it comes with. But let's say you're in a place that you cannot use, fire. In other words, you can't use wood that you can find around your campsite to actually cook over. So yes, we also do use a jet boil in those certain circumstances where we cannot use the Vargo stove. Okay, I'd much rather use that because it weighs literally 4.1 ounces and you can buy it for 60 bucks. Okay, this is a jet boil flash. You're adding a whole lot more weight. You're going to add noise unless you pack this correctly. So what a lot of guys will do is they'll get some bubble wrap, spin ones, and put it in there. So when your fuel is in there, it's not bouncing all over the place. If I am using this, then yes, obviously I will just use the jet boil cup for my pot, basically. But I really don't like to have to use this if I don't have to. So you have Vargo Outdoors, the bot, you have the hexagon wood stove, and then I don't have it here right now is the Vargo titanium spork. It weighs 0.3 ounces and it's $11.90. And then last but not least would be a lighter. Again, that small Bic lighter, or the Survive Outdoor Longer, the fuel-free lighter that we showed in another video. This will start just about anything you need, and it's super easy to use, and it is protected so you don't have to worry about it getting wet. And I always keep a spare set of wind and waterproof matches with me, and everything literally fits into that kit. Now, a lot of people will go, well, yeah, but what if you got to wash something depending on what you're eating? So this, I don't even know where I got these at. I've had about a dozen of them over the years that I got at a show somewhere. It's from a company called Lunatech, and basically it's a dishcloth. So I do keep this with me because then I can scrub everything out. It weighs nothing. And I like I said, I don't remember where I got them, but it's odor-free, food debris, rinses free, less bacteria than a sponge, and dries in minutes. And it's got a little tiny bungee loop on there, so if you really had to, hook it around the outside of your pack to let it dry while you're hiking, or leave it at camp. If you're staying in one solitary space with your base camp, leave it there. Just make sure it doesn't blow away. So that's the entire cook kit, guys. On the original list, they were at $158, and they were basically, let's see, 13 ounces. So just shy of a pound. Because we opted for a couple other items that were a little bit more money, it was $162.88, but we're at 0.6 pounds. So we're definitely lighter in weight. It's a total of 9.6 ounces against their 13 and change. So again, a little bit more money, but save some weight, and it's definitely easier to work with titanium items that are super lightweight that are going to be pretty much indestructible. And what's really nice about the bot is I have the ability to fold those handles down when I don't need them, but when it's coming off the stove I have something to grab it by. So I don't need any type of extra handles or anything to pick this up off the fire. And again, we're using sticks, kindling that we can find around the campsite with that stove, so you don't have to worry about carrying fuel. You know, that's always the downfall, because if it's an extended trip, you kind of have to plan, will one fuel canister get me through the entire trip, or do I need to bring more fuel? So again, as long as everything is semi-dry, if not, that's why having, the more I thought about this, having these survive outdoor longer fuel cubes, it you know, for the little bit of weight they add, and then they're $8 off the website for a pack of 12. So it's not like you're breaking the bank to grab a couple of these and keep them in your pack. And what's nice is, because they are solid, if you open it, you can pretty much just cut basically how much you need off of it and use that. So you might only need 1 or 2 cubes for an extended trip if you're cutting them. So keep that in mind, guys. But like I said, everything that I have here fits back into my Viam gear grab. So you know, that's the nicest thing about having a stove that packs down to basically the thickness of a cardboard cutout. So I throw that into the bottom. I've got my Wilderness Athletes bottle. That goes in. I've got the fuel cubes, my Sawyer squeeze bag in case I need it, and my bot. Fold my handles down. Everything goes in. And basically just zip it up. And I've actually packed this a few different ways, and apparently this was not the way that I should have packed it just now. But I threw them in there super quick. But everything does fit. I'm 100% positive. I've had it all in here already. And I think that's what it was. I had that moved in the wrong spot. There we go. So everything is in one pack. There's plenty of room for my spork in there if I need it. So definitely check out the gear grabs, guys. It's a lifesaver. Like I said, my tent, sleeping bag, and everything are in there. When I get through the next safety portion, I'll show you how I have everything packed currently, and then we'll finally get on to the food. So again, they were you know, $158 and 13 ounces. We were just a little bit higher at 160 and change, and we saved almost 5 ounces. So you know, weight is definitely a thing, and price, you know, we've shaved in a lot of areas, and this one to be, you know, $5, $6, $8 higher than what they are, not too worried about it. We went with some quality gear, and like you said, the Jetboil is nice, but it's bulky. It weighs a whole lot more than that bot does, and I don't even have any fuel in here yet. So right now it's just strictly the base, and the fuel is not in there. But definitely a good option if, you know, hey, I can't have a fire, you know, an open fire or any type in a fire ring or anything. You know, definitely a good backup plan. But again, make sure you know how much fuel you're going to use per day, and make sure that you have enough fuel for your entire trip. So we will talk to you guys on the next segment. We're going to get into some safety gear and the last little bit of essentials that you're going to have just about on any trip, and then we'll get into the food, and my portion will be done. So we'll talk to you guys in a bit.